One more time for Mike and Rui. Make it loud for them. Yeah. We're here. We're here. You might recognize Mike from my podcast if you listen to my or watch my podcast. All right, nobody watches my podcast. He's on there. People watch, all right? Not you guys, but others. It's been great. We went out. Oh, man, we were out till 5 in the morning last night. We were doing it, and I know that's the response, because you guys clap it up if you're from out of town. Yeah, that's what I meant. It's a small amount. Everyone else is locals. You guys were like, we were in bed by 11 last night. And that's what you do, because you live here. I understand that, but I'm not from here, so we come in, and we weren't planning to be out that late. It was just we were at the Golden Nugget at $15 minimum blackjack table. And my wife's like, it's 4 in the morning, and I'm like, is it? And then Mike was getting kicked out of the table because he got into an argument with some redneck from Virginia, and I'm like, this does feel like 4 in the morning. I feel like this doesn't happen at 11. This is a 4 in the morning occurrence. Oh man, it was I love old Vegas. That's what I like. I like the strip for the restaurants and the sure, whatever. But for the gambling, take me to that Hunter S. Thompson novel of old Vegas. I was sitting at a blackjack table with a Spirit flight attendant. Yeah. And when she sat down, she's like, I'm a flight attendant. I'm like, I'm going to guess Spirit. And just from the attitude of it, you know? She thought she knew where everyone was from just because she was a flight attendant, which is such a weird energy. You know, I'm a flight attendant. I know where everyone's from. It's like, really? From spending about 9 hours in every city and then quickly getting on another flight and leaving? Yeah, I got a real touch for the city. I go in and I take a nap at a Hampton Inn and then I get the hell out of there. That'd be like me saying, you know, I really get how airplanes work just because I'm in there for a while. And I fall asleep. I think I get it, dude. Let me tell you what's wrong with the Boeings. We'll break it down right now. They're using steel rivets, and they really should be using rubber concrete. I don't know, but she was saying it with so much confidence, you know? And she gambled so much money. So we watched her lose $1,300. Yeah, and they looked important to her. Like, they look like mortgage payments, and she's like, "Ah, oh, damn it!" And I was over there. We were losing too, but not that much. And I was giggling. You know, I was just like, "This is so fun." And she just gave me the stink eye because I hit when I wasn't supposed to hit or something. They get so mad at that. I'm like, "Hit," and she's like, "What the hell?" And I'm like, "I have 12. And she's like, we're all playing together. I'm not looking at 5 people's cards. Like, what do you think this is, a movie? Like we planned it in our rooms. This is going to be a heist. We're going to go in there and count cards or something. No, I'm going to stand there and get free drinks and guzzle these Michelob Ultras. And then I'm going to look glazy-eyed at my cards and then look at the dealer and go, That's why they do the hand signals, because they know you're going to get drunk enough to where the words won't mean anything. That's why they had to invent that. Because they're not going to cut anybody off. They'll just be like, yeah, we'll keep taking your money if that's what you want. Great time, man. It was so fun. It was energetic. And then today, just hung over. I didn't do anything. We just stared. We're at the Circa. That's the hotel we're staying at, which that's the one with a big dumb pool. And they got a giant pool and a big TV in the pool area. It's the most white trash pool I've ever seen. It's just that whole hotel looks like someone from the trailer park won the lotto, and they're like, I want a big pool and a big TV, bigger, and no kids are allowed. There's already no kids allowed at no, but make it a rule. That's gonna be just me in the pool watching them, and I'm gonna sit and watch and pee and drink and gamble. and I'll never have to leave. It's all of my dreams. And it's so distracting because, like, we have a room with a pool view and the TV's right there. And then my wife and I are just in bed and we're talking, but there's just a TV. And she's like, are you listening? I'm like, yeah. It's just there's like 9 games going on that thing. Like, I'm making fun of it, but I'm also attracted to it. You know what I mean? I grew up in the trailer park. Like, I'm making fun of it, but there's a big part of me that's like, hell yeah, dude. I'm making fun, but don't get it wrong. That's me completely. It's so good because the weather hasn't been good. The weather hasn't been good, and people are still out there in the pool. Not a lot of them, but they're just begrudgingly in there. You know, it's like they're not ruining our vacation. And the worst part is, while someone's in the pool, there has to be lifeguards there. So there's lifeguards wrapped in beach towels, watching one angry guy going, it's not raining, it's not raining. I'm from Iowa, I'll show you some rain. That's some real rain. It's not raining, this isn't rain, it's sleet, that's what it is. It's so funny because I think the pool's only like 3 feet deep. You know, it's not a big pool, and there's like legitimate lifeguards. They got the big dumb floating things, and they're all just waiting for some guy to draw. Then they gotta roll up their sweatpants and shimmy over. Are you okay now? The word hero gets thrown around too much these days, but those guys are heroes. They gotta... I don't know if you ever gotten the cuffs of your sweatpants wet, but that'll ruin your day, you know? It's like a sponge down there. That'll wreck your day. So yeah, we were at the Circa. Came in on Thursday, flew in. One of the wheels broke on my luggage, which is like the worst thing that could ever happen, isn't it? You check a bag, and then you gotta go pick it up, and there's just a wheel gone. And it looks so... It could be a nice piece of luggage, and one wheel breaks, and you're like, we look homeless. That's what this looks like. Even when you get into the cab, they're like, take us to the Circa. And you're like, the shelter? Is that what you said? And you're like... No, we have reservations. But yeah, we had a wonderful time. Got to go to a show. That was awesome. We went to go see the Michael Jackson Cirque du Soleil over at the Mandalay Bay. Went over to that. We sat too close. I didn't know you could do that. Because we looked, and my wife was like, we could sit second row, just a little off to the side, and it's cheaper than sitting in the back. And I'm like, what a bunch of idiots. Let's get up there. I want front row tickets to the Cirque du Soleil. And we got up there, and as soon as it started, we're like, we are in the show. We're in the show. It was terrifying. It's just like they have the smoke machine. We're in the smoke. We're like, damn it. There's ninjas flying out of the air. We're like, it was like a bad dream. It was like I was having a bad dream where in my dream I'm in a musical, but I missed all the rehearsals. And now we're just on stage. It's like, I don't... Why were these cheaper? It was so far away. But it was fun, man. Those people are talented. They just keep flipping. Where do you even train for that? Like, where do they just come from, Scandinavia or something? Like, where do they come from? You're like, what, that was the dream? You're like, I wanted to be a flipper. My mom took me to a trampoline park, and it's been my dream, and now I'm in Cirque. They're so good. They're amazing. We even went to the Late Show, and we were so close, I got to see the dancers' faces. And I was interested, because I'm like way in the back, I can't see their face, but I can see their face. And I was really interested in seeing, it's their late show. I was interested to see if they were really into the show, you know, because most of you might not be performers, but I have 2 shows tonight, and this is the one I like. Like, this is... This is the one I want to do. The next one's the one I gotta do. All right? Like, They don't let me just do one. They're like, you do 2? And I'm like, all right, I guess. But this one, I'm like, hey, last night, Vegas, flight attendant, so much fun. And then next show, I'll be like, yeah, all right, you know? Like, I'll be into it. They're going to have a good time, but I'm not going to be as into it as this one, you know? Because this one feels fresh. The next one's going to feel like a lie, you know? Like, have you ever been to a dinner party where you've told the story to the same people twice? That's what doing a second show feels like as a comedian. Like, I got to be like, oh, I'm staying at the Circa, blah, 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 blah. And they're going to be like, this is great. And in my head, I'm like, you're such a phony. You said this 2 hours ago. You're trying to make it all seem like it's in the moment. None of it. It's all a lie. But I was watching their faces because I was interested to see if they were also like I am on a late show. Because that would be so funny just to see dancers just like... doing cartwheels with dead eyes, you know? Just like, whatever. But they were really into it, I gotta tell them. They were all professional then. Biting the lip, doing all the things. They were really committed. They made me feel bad about how I treat a late show. Because their show is so much harder than mine. And I'm like, I should really give more efforts. I should really try hard. I like Las Vegas. I like, I'm growing into it. At first, I'm like, this is just degenerate gambling, and I can't afford any of the restaurants. I honestly think that's why I didn't like Vegas, because I couldn't afford to do anything. And I'd be like, well, all right, I'll save up for one buffet. And that's what I used to do. 10 years ago when I used to come to Vegas, I would save up for the Bellagio buffet. And that was my only meal that I would have. The entire time. I'd eat like a king once. I think at the time it was like $70 to get in. I don't know what it costs now, probably like $200 now. But yeah, probably if I'm guessing. But back then it was like $70, and I put all my. They're like, "What are you gambling on?" I go, "The buffet." That's what I'm. Blah blah blah. I loved it, man. Yeah, last night we lived it up. We went to Harbor's Steak over at the Resort World thing. Yeah, I didn't know it cost that much. We found that out. It was funny because the waiter, he was like, "What are you guys celebrating tonight?" And I was like, No, we're just having dinner." And he was like, "Ooh." And then he... and he dropped the menus off, and I looked at the prices. I was like, whoa. And then he came back. I'm like, actually, we're celebrating a birthday, an anniversary, and the next Christmas that's coming. This is... all of that on this. $15 for butter, huh? Did I read that correctly? You want a dollop of butter on your steak? $15. That's a... whoa, is it a lot or just really good? But it is better. It is better. It is so much better. I love it. I had mashed potatoes that had the consistency of whipped butter, because I think they just put butter in there, and they put black truffle, and they whipped it. It was like a liquid. It was a gelatinous liquid. And quite honestly, if there was no one around, I would have been like, and I just, forget all this, can I have more of the mashed potatoes? And a straw. Can I get a straw and some privacy and some more mashed potatoes? It's too good. I'm not a high-class individual. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I've been enjoying it. Like Mike, I live out there in New York City. That's where I live. Out there with Emma, and we're doing our best to fit in there. I like it. There's a lot of interesting people out there, and I enjoy that. Like last time I was on the subway, I saw a woman with hairy legs, and and I'm not for or against it. Just for the record, I think you should be allowed to do whatever you want with your legs. It's just I'm immature. You know what it is? So I saw him, and when I see hairy legs on a woman, the only thing I can think of is the scene from the movie Mrs. Doubtfire. You know exactly what I'm when Robin Williams is on the bus and his stockings had come down, and the bus driver sees him and is like, oh, and then he's like, and like, and he goes, don't cover that up. That's just natural, just how God made you. And he says it all wet like that, And so I'm looking at the legs and I'm thinking of the scene and I'm just giggling to myself. And I was like, oh, that must look different from her vantage point. And I'm like, no, I'm just thinking of a bus driver hitting on you in a movie. Big fan. Big fan of that. Yeah, very much. I like the energy. All the energy's on this section. And you guys are good too, but the extra... It's terrifying, you know? It's a little scary. That's the home team. And then you're like... But I do like it, man. Very much enjoy your city. Been gambling, and it's been fun. It's been fun. You gotta live it up, because it's, I've been reading on the news, and it feels like it's close to over. Every day, a little bit closer. I don't know about you. I fly every week, and every flight is so bumpy. Every one, they're like, there's not going to be any service, and everything's fine. And everything's, and then Boeings are just falling out of the... Oh, a piece fell off. And they're like, is that supposed... What happened to Boeing? They used to make airplanes that flew, and now they're like, what are we doing? Are we overthinking it? Are we over... Why'd you do that? Don't overthink it. Just make the thing, man. Just make the last one again. Why didn't you just do that? Boeing's kind of like when you go to your favorite local restaurant and they don't have your favorite sandwich anymore and they made a new one and you're like, why? The last one worked. The last one worked so good. We were excited to be on it, and this one, the toothpick holds it all together, and without the toothpick, people die. All right? Did I just compare an airplane to a sandwich? I think I did. That's some in the moment writing there. I didn't know that's where we were gonna go. Doing it. Thanks so much for coming out on Sunday. It's Easter. I think we're the only ones downtown. I think these are all the people that are downtown. I don't know if you were out there. Terrifying. Everything was shut down. I tried to get lunch and the city was like, no. And I was like, wow, how many people are coming to the show? And I showed up, I'm like, all right, 40 atheists. That's who we're working with. Thank you so much for coming. This is so good. This has been my first full weekend in Cleveland. And it's nice. No one tells you Cleveland's nice. I've just found out. But being here, I walked around all weekend and I'm like, this is nice. How come no one's saying it? Like, I'm not trying to let some big cat out of the bag, but like around the country, like I left San Diego and they're like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm working in Cleveland this weekend. They just kind of give me a look where I'm like, should I be worried or something? And I've been walking around like, it's nice. I feel like everyone else in the country needs to come and visit and see, you know? I feel like everyone's just, kind of being like, yeah, this guy tried to start a clap, and he's like, right? Yeah. This guy works for the Cleveland Tourism Board, and he's like, this is exactly the kind of spokesperson we need. It's like, from people's facial reactions to telling them I was going to Cleveland, I was just expecting, I don't know, like a woman driving a car and smoking in it, with the windows rolled up, and just like kids in the back, and that was my only assumption of Cleveland. And I'm like, I guess that's what Cleveland is. And I showed up, I'm like, what? It's nice. Ray's from here. The host is from here. So we walked around today, and every time I looked at something nice, he would tell me something bad about it. Like he couldn't even lie. Like we were walking, we went to the ballpark, and then from there I could see like the river, the Cuyahoga River. I'm like, man, it's a nice river. And they're like, yeah, one time that river was so polluted it caught on fire. Twice? Good God. And he's like, don't worry, there's like a brewery that now has a type called like Burning River Brewing, and so they turned it into something positive. And I'm like, okay, well that happened back in the day, And then we went over to the stadium and like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then there's Lake Erie. And I'm like, man, it's a nice lake. Can you swim in it? And he goes, sometimes. Every once in a while you can take a dip, but you gotta check the news, because sometimes there's toxic algae in the water. I was like, come again? He's like, yeah, we get runoff from farms, and there's pesticide in there, and it causes an algae that will make you very sick. And I was like, okay. And slowly that image of the lady smoking with the windows up started coming back in my head. And I was like, I think it's nice. I'm here. I'm not a swimmer, so I don't care. It's been a long 12 months. I feel like everyone tried. I honestly do. I feel like everyone gave it their shot, you know? I think everyone did their best. It's been hard for me because I've been traveling to different states, and every state kind of does it different. We're not on a national game plan. I think they tried that a year ago. Like, let's do a national, and then everyone's like, no. Let's let every state do what they want. And then even within the state, let's let every city do what they want. And so it's hard on me because like sometimes like San Diego's very strict, mask up, you know? And then I worked in Florida and they just pretend that's not happening. Honestly, I was in Florida and I wore a mask and everyone just looked at me like I had it. That's how they looked at me. They're like, that's why he's wearing the mask, he got it. That's why I stay away from him. I don't trust him. They just looked at me like I was wearing a bicycle helmet in the 90s. Just like, oh man, this guy's a wuss. His mother doesn't have health insurance out there. That's why he's got to wear a helmet while riding a bike. So Florida was like all just wide open, and they peer pressured me into taking my mask off. Like I was doing the show, and afterwards I was like, I told people on stage, like, yeah, I'll take a picture with you, but you know, if we could socially distance, I gotta keep my mask on. And they almost booed me. And then when I got out there, this lady walked up to me, she goes, take that damn thing off. And the way she said it, I did it. I'm a 33-year-old man. I thought I'd stand up for my morals and my rights, but she said it in a way, I was like, yes ma'am. And then I just took them out over there, and I was like, damn it, man. I wish I had a stronger constitution, but I don't, you know. You know those people that always stand up for their rights and their beliefs? Yeah, things are good at home. We just moved into a new place. I got the Ring doorbell system because my girlfriend's never lived like in a house. She always lived in like a condo where you have to like go through many locks to get to the front door. She's like, I'm not gonna feel safe when you're gone. So I got the Ring doorbell system. I don't know if you guys have it. We spent $800 on a 3-camera shoot. High definition footage of me just coming home. That's all we got. I get a notification every time I walk through the gate, and then a second one as soon as the key hits the door, and it's a buzz. And the only thing on the video is just me yelling at my phone going, it's me. $800? You can't learn my face? It's me. And then it also comes with an app, a social media app called the Neighborhood app. And that's where people post videos of crimes happening. And that's when I learned that the Ring doorbell doesn't stop any crimes at all. I don't think it's ever stopped a crime in the history of its existence. You just get really good footage of it. You don't have to sit around going, who the hell stole my garden hose? Oh, it's that guy that I'll never see again in my life. And people post it. They're like, this guy stole my Amazon package. It's just some dude walking up and taking the box, look right into the camera like, uh-huh. And they have the audacity to post the image of their face going, do you know this man? Does anyone? No one knows that guy. Who the hell knows somebody that steals Amazon packages? If you know somebody that does that, you probably also do that. You're involved in the racket. You're not going to snitch. I've been doing what everyone's been doing, just at home. I've noticed I'm out of touch. You notice that? This is like the first year I figured that out. I watched the Grammys a couple weeks ago. Did you guys watch that? I watched it all, 3 hours with my girlfriend. And we just went back and forth going, who's that? And then the other person went, I don't know. And we just did that for 3 hours. I don't know. I used to know everybody, and now I'm like, who's that guy? Why does he have bunny ears on a beanie? And why is he crying? That's such an odd look. It's wild. And then I watched the Cardi B performance. That was one person I did know. And she came out, she did a song with Megan Thee Stallion, who I didn't know who that was before. I was like, oh, Megan, that sounds like a UFC fighter. I don't know who. Megan Thee Stallion, 33 knockouts, you know? I didn't know who she was until I watched the performance, and now I'll never forget. Okay? I don't know if you guys watched that performance. If you didn't watch it, I'll sum it up, it was glittery butt cheeks. That's what it was. It just came out, and I was entranced. I've never seen anything like that before. I'm like, what is happening? I was like on an acid trip, just like in and out. And they would shake it and then stop, but it would keep shaking. I'm like, how do you do that? It was like an earthquake, and then you're like, it's over. Like, no, aftershock, right there. And then they did a thing where they interlocked legs and flipped each other. Looked like a pro wrestling reversal maneuver. I was like, that's how Ricky the Dragon Steamboat beat Ric Flair in the 80s. And I was just like entranced. I was like, what is happening? And then out of the corner of my eye, I see my girlfriend watching me, watching this. And I'm like, it's art. Art is happening. That's all. This is the same way I would be if I was at the Louvre in Paris looking at the Mona Lisa. That's why I like the term artist. It's so vague. You know? You could mean Pablo Picasso, Megan Thee Stallion, or me right now. They call this art, and we know it's not. We know it's not. It's just a job that exists so you guys have something to watch while you eat dinner. You know? We just call this art because we don't have another word for this level of unemployment. You know? It's like, it's art. I don't know. He pays his rent. We're not sure how. I'm glad I was able to make it in. Is anyone here because they tried to come on Thursday and I wasn't here? I'm sorry. I very much apologize. I was supposed to be here on Thursday, but I had a connection in Minneapolis that I didn't make. And then, so I walked up to Delta and I was like, hey, I missed the connection. Wasn't my fault. The other plane was missing a piece or something. And it was just one of those things, like we were sitting on the runway in Salt Lake City and I was like, it just doesn't go. But I fly so much, I don't pay attention. I'm just in my headphones. And I'm like, man, we should be going, right? And then we land, and I look at my connection. I'm like, oh, they started boarding 10 minutes before our wheels hit the ground. This is going to be snug, you know? And I get off the plane, and I already felt it in my heart. I'm like, we're not going to make it. And what really let me know we weren't going to make it was watching all the people run, trying to catch a flight to Cleveland. I'm like, that's never worked out. Because that's not real life. Real life isn't Home Alone, where a family of 12 just runs through the O'Hare airport and then throws 100 tickets at a ticket agent and just makes the plane. I'm like, that's never happened once. So I watched them run, and I'm like, I don't run at the airport. That's a rule I have, because I see too many people do it, and I make fun of them in my head, and I'm not going to beat that person for someone else. So I'll walk quickly, but I don't even trot. I'm like, I swing my arms extra, but my legs are going the same speed. But the family was huffing it, and they said they were going to the Cleveland flight. I'm like, well, they'll hold it for me. And then I got there, and there was like a family of 4, and I'm like, we didn't make it, did we? He goes, no. And I was like, all right. So I go to the ticket thing to get some help, and they're like, well, there's another flight at 6, and we'll get you into Cleveland at like 11. And I'm like, well, my show starts at 7. And she goes, oh, it doesn't matter. There wasn't any room for you on that flight anyway. And I'm like, okay. So even the next flight wouldn't have even got me here in time. And they're like, don't worry, we had no room for you. And I'm like, I'm a gold medallion member. And she almost laughed. Like, for the last 3 years, I've only flown with one airline because I want to sit up in the front, So I made it up to gold medallion status. I love to tell people that. I never went to college. It's the biggest accomplishment of my entire life that I'm a gold medallion member of Delta. And I told her that, and she just went, okay. There's a flight tomorrow morning for you. And I was like, all right. So, I'm sorry I missed it. I tried, but send your hate mail to Delta. Very much made an attempt, man. Yeah, it was weird just being stuck at the airport yesterday. It was fun. There was a little bit of justice. There was a mean dad that got his comeuppance, which was nice. You ever see someone who's like a dick in public, but you don't say anything to him, but then later something happens where he gets it, and you all just kind of go, nice. And he's one of these dads who's like, we were waiting to board, and he's just yelling at his daughter. He's like, put the damn jacket on! That's all I heard. And I'm like, good his daughter. It's just a young girl, just a little girl. She's like putting her jacket on, she's crying. And he's like justifying why he yells. He's like, it's cold and she doesn't know, she just needs to put the damn jacket on. And I look, and he's wearing one of those shirts with no sleeves. But like, it's one of those shirts, it didn't come that way. You know what I mean? Like, he bought it, and he's like, man, I gotta show off these arms, you know? And he doesn't have arms to be showing off. His arms look like a melting ice cream cone. Like, it came to a tapered end, and it was just melting, and there's like a mole with a hair, and he's just flapping these arms out for everyone to see. Just put your damn jacket on. And the little girl's crying. His wife is like obviously scared of him too, and everyone's just watching. This is his dick, you know? Just one of the, he was like a guy from a sitcom that you wouldn't even believe the characters written, and he just one of those, you know? Just way extra. You're like, that guy doesn't exist, but he does. He was at the airport yesterday. So anyway, we get on the flight, and then we landed in Minneapolis, and everyone's trying to make connections, not just me. So the flight attendant's like, hey, if you're not trying to make a connection, if you live in Minneapolis, why don't you keep sitting down so everyone can hoof it through the airport so they can't make it to Cleveland. And as we were all getting up, I hear the guy, he's like 3 rows behind me, he's like, hey, damn it, we have a flight to catch. And someone just turned around and said, so do all of us. And he just kind of went, and then I saw his daughter's face, and she was like, nice. And I was like, that's a little bit of success right there. That's a win for the family right there. It was good seeing an abusive dad. You know, we're running out of them. Everyone's like good parents now. It's good to see a throwback every now and then. And you're like, oh yeah, that's why we have therapy now. All right. Just a regular guy. I love this club. This club is so beautiful. You know, it's gorgeous. It's like a comedy club and like 2 bars and then 2 like a restaurant. And it's like no one knows how to go to the bathroom because it's like a maze. I've been here all weekend. So the waitress has to guide me to the restroom area. I'm like, where is it? I don't know nothing. It's beautiful and classy, but it also has like a feeling like it might be run by the mob. We don't know. There's a mob still around in Cleveland. I think they're running this club. It's very nice. So I had to wait, but now I got in. It's beautiful. I like it. It's freezing out there. It's perfect. Perfect. I walked down that little alley, I already chattering already. I live in San Diego. I'm not built for this. We shut down the city right now. It was that chilly. They'd be like, good Lord, get inside, burn everything you have. Your space heaters will not cut it. This is horrible. That's what we're built for out there. Because we eat fish tacos. And it's not enough to pack in, you know? Everyone here has warmth just on them. You know what I mean? I'm not calling you fat. I'm saying you look healthy, all right? I'm saying if we were thrown outside naked, one of us would make it longer than the other, and it wouldn't be me, because I'm full of grilled fish tacos, and there's not enough husk on them, you know? Gotta eat some red meat, yeah. Like Alec was talking about heart attacks up here, everyone got quiet. I'm like, not in the Midwest, man. This is where it happens, all right? These people suck down sausages like it's going out of style. Easy with the cardiac arrest, all right? Hey, how's it going? We're here. It's Sunday night. It's happening. Look at us. It feels like a Sunday, doesn't it? You can just tell the sun is still out. I can feel it. You guys just came from your backyards. And you're like, I guess we better get dressed. You're like, what time is it? The show starts at 6. Man, all right. I just woke up. Well, here we are. I love it. Funny Bone. We're at the mall. This is where it's going down. This is where all the funny bones are. They're at the mall. I love it. This is America. You know, like, if you had to describe America in 3 images, it's like bald eagle, pickup truck, comedy club at the mall. Like, that's... I don't know how they do it in the rest of the world, but that's how we do it here in the States. I love it. Hello to everyone way up high. That seems a little overkill. Good Lord, that's up there. Did they have to make it that high? What? Was this always a comedy club? This used to be one of those, like, indoor skydiving places that they're like, oh, they went out of business, we got to refurbish. Hello? I'll make sure to perform big so you can see me. So nice to be here. I know we're not in Cincinnati. We're in Liberty Township, which, I gotta be honest, sounds like a gated community. That sounds like all are not welcome. I will say that. Is your name on the list? Well, you're not seeing Bill. All right? Get on out of here with your shanty car. And I don't know. This is my first time here, but I thought I was going to Cincinnati, and they kept calling it Liberty Township, and I'm like, that's fine. Yeah, it's the suburb of. And then I got here and I looked up because tomorrow morning I have like a 5 a.m. flight out of the Cincinnati one, and then I looked at the map and I'm like, I am not in Cincinnati. That is almost an hour drive I have tomorrow. Wow, I picked a hell of a flight, didn't I? I gotta wake up at 3 a.m. Thank God the show's at 6. All right. I gotta take my melatonin gummy at 9, and I gotta be unconscious. Oh man, you know? I had a good day. I was talking to your host in the green room, and she was like, "Where are you coming in from?" And it took 5 seconds. I was like, and I was just there for 3 days straight. And I'm like, and I looked to her for help, and she's like, "I don't know where you came from." And I was like, "Fort Wayne." That's where I was. Fort Wayne. Have you been? Are you from?
I got tickets to see you in Fort Wayne and here.
And you saw me over there? And here? Oh no, you didn't see me over there. This was, okay. So wow. That is a very mature decision. I like that. I've never done that where I bought a ticket to a concert somewhere over there and you're like, dang, they're coming closer. I'll do this. I'm glad that worked out. I'm really glad. I don't know if you guys have been to Fort Wayne, but I just spent 3 days there and I'm going to talk about it for a little bit. I know it's 3 hours away because I just drove it. Not a lot of interstate between here and there. Just a 2-lane road and corn. And just a lot of people driving real close, but they won't pass you. That's what I had. I had someone just driving real close, and I'm like, just go ahead and pass. I even moved over a little. Come on around. He's like, no, this is where I like it. I just want you to see my eyes through your rear view mirror. It got to the point where I'm like, is he following me from Fort Wayne? Like, is this... But yeah, Fort Wayne's interesting. It's not a big town. It's very small. A lot of churches, even more strip clubs, which is off-putting. It's a noticeable amount. Like when I landed Wednesday night, super late. I'm driving from the airport to the hotel, no freeway. I'm going down a neighborhood street to get to the downtown from the airport. I'm like, and I could tell tomorrow's trash day. That's how much of a neighborhood. Everyone had their cans out. I'm like, tomorrow's trash day. And I got to an intersection and it said Showgirls 3. And I saw that and I was like, oh, all right. Yeah, why can't they have one? You know? And apparently they have 3 girls working at that one. And that's all I thought about it. And the next day I got a tour of Sweetwater, which is like a giant guitar. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Have you been there? What's that?
I was there yesterday.
All right, dude. That is a long drive and nothing to get to that spot. That's a guitar fan right there. If you don't know what Sweetwater is, it's like an Amazon distribution center for instruments. It's all guitar. It's huge. It's awesome. Did you go down the slide? Yeah. Oh, dude. It's open to the pub. Obviously open to the. They let us in. But they have all this cool stuff that's also for the employees. Like they have a doctor in there for them. They got a salon. They got a full restaurant. And it's for the employees. And it's also open to the public. And they have a slide that goes from the second deck. It's like this. Like imagine if there was a slide that just dropped. That's what they had. And when I showed up, there's the guy who gave me the tour. He saw me eyeballing the slide. And he's like, you know, you can go down the slide if you want. And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, go for it. And it felt weird because there's one little girl who just kept doing the slide. And it just didn't, I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, nah, we all go do it. So I went up there and did it. I don't know if you've been on a slide recently, but you'll turn into an 8-year-old like that. Like at the top, you're like, this is dumb. I shouldn't do this. And then it's just, whee! Like it comes right out of you. You're like, I'm 8 again. Whee! And I came down. And then you get shot at the bottom, and you're in a cafeteria. Like, that's... So it's weird because you get shot out, and I just came off the slide energy, and then you're just there, and people are just eating chicken. And then you come off like, all right. It's like a weird... But I enjoyed it. I love Sweetwater. But on the way to Sweetwater, I was at an intersection, and I saw Showgirls 1, and I was like, oh, it's a franchise. I didn't know it was a chain, you know? And then on the other side, it was like Belinda's Exotic Dancer, and I was like, what? This is too many. Because I'm like, how many people are in this town? And I Googled it, and it was less than 300,000. It's like 260,000 people. And they have too many churches and too many strip clubs. It feels like it's a battle for the town. All right? That's what it feels like. It feels like the church is like, get in here, we can get you into heaven. And the strip clubs are like, oh, come on, hell ain't that bad. And I told the townspeople this. I told them this. I was like, there's only 260,000 people in this town, and there's so many churches, so many strip clubs. Some of you are going to both, all right? It doesn't make sense for both of these to exist without some of you double dipping, all right? Some of you are double dipping. And it made me wonder if anyone ever walked into the wrong building like they were dressed for the other one, but they showed up, you know, show up with a suit and tie in the Bible, and you're like, oh dear, I went into the wrong one. It's like the gif of Abe Simpson going in. Remember that? And he sees Bart, and you're like, oh, and there's my hat, and I'm out of here. But I had a good time. It was I had a really eventful weekend. I called 911 this weekend. I was a part of I'm okay. I was adjacent to an emergency. They put me in a nice hotel that had valet parking, so you have to wait. And so I was waiting for my car with the valet driver. The other guy was getting the car, and like a lady fell, like an elderly lady fell, and she hit her head. So everyone ran over, and then I ran over too. And you ever run to like an emergency, and then you get there and you're like, what the hell did I come over here for? You ever get, because I got there and I realized I have no skills. I don't have EMS training. I don't know what you're supposed to do. Am I supposed to lift her legs? Why am I here? I just joined the other people and we just did this to this sweet lady who's just like, I have fallen. And we're like, yep, you are down there, aren't you? And so I very quickly realized I don't know anything, and then I'm like, you should do something. I'm like, I'll call the ambulance. And so I pull out and I call 911, and while I'm calling, I'm like, I don't think I've ever done this before. It was kind of exciting. And I don't know if you guys have ever called 911, but I didn't know this. They don't pick up right away. I don't know, I had like a solid 8 to 10 rings before someone picked up. You guys don't seem shocked by this. Like, do you call 911 a lot? Like, it rang so much that I remember I looked to make sure I dialed the right number. I was like, did I hit 2 9s or something? How is it still? Because the people around the lady are looking at me like, are you calling? I'm like, they haven't picked up. I'm like, oh, we picked the wrong guy for the phone, you know? And it was like 10. I thought they would like half a ring, and someone would be like, "Yeah, what?" You know, like a jealous spouse. Where are you? Like just that. That's what I was expecting. Half a ring. Where have you been? You know. And it wasn't. It was like 10 rings, and then just a very calm person, just like, "Hey," and I'm like, "No, we need an ambulance." And I filled them in on what happened, and then they keep asking you more questions. I thought it'd be done. I'm like, I gave you the address. I told you we'd send it, you know? And they're like, oh, well, I need more information. How old is the woman? And I'm like, you can't I gotta just guess her age out loud in front of everybody? And because I remember I was looking, and I'm like, I can't go with my first guess, but I also don't want to be wrong, you know? I can't go, I don't know, 100? Like, I can't. You can't do that. Why don't I guess her weight while I'm at it? You want me to do that? I'm going to guess wrong twice. This lady's going to nip up to her feet and beat me up in front of everybody. She's fine. Never mind. I guessed the age wrong. But then they're like, all right, we're sending an ambulance. And then they didn't like hang up or say, see you later. They just kind of just stopped talking to me. So then I'm over there like, hello? And there's just no one there. There's no dial tone. It's like I'm still on the call, but they're just like, hello? hello? And then people around me are like, are they coming? And I'm like, I think so. I think I did it. And then while we're waiting, my car shows up. Like, the valet driver brought my car, and I had to go. Like, I had to go do my show. I don't know if you've ever left an emergency before, but it's awkward. I'm like, I gotta go. See you later. And I waved to the people. I have to go, like, I don't know how you politely leave an emergency. And I just remember being in the car going, I don't know if I handled that right. I don't know. But it was, she's better. The family was staying at the hotel, so I got the 411. She's doing all right. I know you guys were worried. I know some of you are like, wow, he makes up such tall tales. This is a true story that happened to me. I just want to be better, you know? I also want to be happy for people. When do you mature to that level where you can just be happy for someone? You just watch someone be happy and successful and you're like, yeah, but you mean it? When does that happen? Because I fake it all the time. Whoa, you won again. Wow. Look at you keep winning, you know? It's just hard. I want to change that about me. I actively try to fight it. Like, what happened? Taylor Swift got engaged to Travis Kelce. Yeah, and I saw it on my phone, and my initial tongue was... And why? Why? Those people never did anything to me. All they did was find love with another person. They found someone to match with, and they're like, will you be my partner for life? And then they posted their... And I'm like... What an awful... I don't think Taylor Swift has ever done anything to anybody. I'm not a Swiftie. I don't know her stuff, but like, she's so famous that if she was ever mean to anyone, it would be a huge story. And it's never come out. I think she just might be a nice person that likes to come out and play a guitar and go, hey, this is a song. You know her stuff, you know? This is, hey. You know? And Travis Kelce, I like his brother better. Like, he has if you don't know, he has another brother, and he seems more likable. I don't know. He just seems more down to earth, just like a nice guy, whatever. They have a podcast. And Travis Kelce just seems like he bumped his coach. Remember that Super Bowl? He like chest bumped Andy Reid's like 108, and he chest bumped. For all I know, Travis Kelce's the one that knocked over that old lady in Fort Wayne. I don't know. I looked after the fact. But like, to me, Travis Kelce's a little bit of a, you know, and here comes Taylor Swift. And I'm like, but why can't they have happiness? Why can't I be happy for them? It's because they're doing better than me. All right? It's because they're both doing better than me, and I'm tired of it. All right? But I want them to be happy. People are like, oh, I can't wait for them to break up. Can you imagine the songs? And it's like, I look forward to her music if they just stay together. Just to how those change. My parents are coming over Saturday. Keep your day free. Sorry, I had to say that stuff. That response was the right response. That was an awful joke. That's the only song of hers I know, but it's catchy. But who knows? Maybe, like, she'll fix him, you know? Maybe with the nice songs like, don't hit the elderly. And then he'll change. Or it'll be the other way. Like, she'll go to the dark, you know? Like the end of Grease or something. Remember that? Remember the end of Grease? He shows up all preppy, and she'll just be like Olivia Newton-John, just in black leather. Either way, we should be interested to see how it all pans out. Thank you. Some of those people, you're enjoying that. Some people are eating cheeseburgers. I love it. Comedy at the mall. I'm going to go to the arcade after this and see a movie. I love it. But yeah, I'm trying. I just want to be, I'm ready to be, I think I got to mature, you know? I want to get better control of my emotions. That's an adult move where you can be in control of your emotions. I don't know how to do it. Like, I either confrontations, I either don't react or I overreact. I'm never in the right amount of react, you know? I'm either like, huh? Or I'm like, I'll murder your family. Like, I don't know how to do the in-between one. And that's important. That's really important. I've had 2 examples of situations where I've gone different directions. Like most recently, I blew up. We were in San Diego. My wife was driving. We were downtown. We were going to our favorite coffee shop, and parking's tough down there. But she found a spot. There's an open spot. There's a car parked here, and there's an open spot. So she swooped in. As soon as she swooped in, this car started honking at her, and another car pulled up, and they both started honking. And my wife's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "We're about to kill some people. That's what's going on." And I was getting all prepped. She's like, "Calm down." I'm like, "I will not calm down. This is war." And you know what got me is they're horning at you, which is already for men. You're like, "Well, get your battle shield on. We're about to. This is gonna. The police are coming." And what really got me is I looked in the rear view with the horning, and the second car was a white Cadillac. And the reason that bothers me is because I grew up poor in the trailer park, and I'm not poor anymore, but that's my insecurity. I feel like people could smell it on me. So I just remember they're horning, and I saw the Cadillac, and I'm like, I'm not poor anymore. And my wife was like, what? And I'm like, let's go. And she's like, why don't you calm down? And I remember the guy came up to yell and she rolled the window down. I'm like, I'll kill your family. And she's like, hey. And apparently what this car behind us was trying to do, this car was trying to save his spot and that open spot for the Cadillac, which you can't do that. What fantasy world do you live in? Downtown in a major city? You can't do that. And then, so my wife just played dumb. My wife's like, what's going on? And the guy's like, I was trying to, that spot, I was gonna, and she's like, but you were stopped. And he's like, yeah, but the spot was gonna be for that car. And he's like, oh, so you were trying to save this spot for your friend? Like this is a high school cafeteria? And you should have seen that guy's face drop, and he went, he walked up, and I'm like, yeah, that was a lot better than my plan. That was, I thought, that's so much better. I don't know. I've performed here before. It's been a couple of years, and then, I haven't been to Huntington Beach, but I've been seeing you guys on the news. Well done staying relevant. That's good. Other cities just kind of hit, and this is our time to shine. Oh, yeah. 3 places I saw on the news during the pandemic: Huntington Beach, Florida, and Texas. 3 of you guys were like, we're doing it. All right? I guess I should have known, but I guess I didn't, I always thought that about Huntington Beach, but I didn't know it. Then I saw it, I'm like, I guess, yeah. Well, that makes sense. I went and got the vaccine, I got the Moderna thing, which I didn't know was such a weird thing to say out loud. That's like a divisive thing to say, I got vaccine, someone goes, what? Like, I had a friend of mine get mad at me, a childhood friend. He's like, why'd you get that vaccine? And I'm like, because I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I never went to college. I didn't like it. Like, science class? I was into it until they put math in it. Alright? Like, I liked science in middle school. We dissected a frog. We learned about something. And then in high school, I'm like, I still like science, and they're like, hey, you know how you can't do algebra? Well, we brought it into this class. It's called chemistry, and this is where you quit. And that's where I quit. That's where I quit science, right there, sophomore year. And so I never went to college. I had a 2.75 GPA from high school, which isn't stupid, it's also not smart. Just an average guy. Just average, don't ask me to do the tip. Just the average, whatever. And there was a virus, and these nerds came on my TV, looking all nerdy. And they're like, hey, you should go get the vaccine. Because we went to college longer than you went to regular school. And I'm like, okay, I'll listen to you. I don't know, in a lab coat, what do I know? So I went and got the vaccine. And apparently, I think it's still 70-30, like 70% of the country has it, 30% did. And my friend's part of the 30, and I'm like, well, I did it because I listened to Nerds. Didn't you hear the Nerds? And he's like, yeah, I heard the Nerds, but I also listened to a jiu-jitsu podcast. And they recommended that we reconsider. And I was like, all right. And by the way, I'm not knocking you. got the vaccine or didn't. I just went with the nerds on this one. That's all. If I want to learn how to get abs when I'm 60, I'll watch the jiu-jitsu. Just kettlebells? What do you mean? Just this? Just this until my girlfriend gets younger? Like, what do you mean? All those guys, that's why I'm scared. I don't want to just do this. Younger! You're becoming R. Kelly. Too many kettlebells. I'm sorry, I just watched it last night. I waited 2 years to watch the R. Kelly one, and I was like, oh. Yeah, we're not listening to Ignition anymore. Yeah, and I mean it. I'm not one of those people. If you don't want to get the vaccine, I don't care. Do it. Don't do it. Leave me alone. I drove by, we had a protest in San Diego of like people going, I don't want the vaccine. You know, they're big signs and they're yelling it. And I drove by and I got to look at them and I'm like, you know what? I don't want them to have the vaccine. Look at all of them. They all look like somebody that would keep my flight from taking off. They open their nose. And I'm like, I'm good with you not having it. I'm on your side. To be quite honest. I'm vaccinated, but I'm on your team. Listen, and now we're back, I think. I don't know. I think the pandemic's over. Is it? I don't know. I don't know, but when it is over, there should be like an official statement. Quit leaving us in limbo. So we should come out and go, hey everybody, it's over. And I think that person should be Greta Thunberg. And I think that's who should do it. Do you guys know Greta Thunberg? She's the little girl. He does. Sorry, I'll explain it. She's a young lady who lives in like Iceland or Norway, one of those sad countries. You know those like up there sad countries where they're like smart and well dressed, but at the same time you're like, you're sad, aren't you? Tell me sad. I think she should be the one to tell us that the pandemic's over. Give that little girl some good news to give us. Every time she shows up, it's the worst news ever. She was like the groundhog. Bad news. Every 6 weeks she comes out, she goes, hey, we're all still dying. We're like, it's great. I was doing okay until you said that, but yeah, thank you for reminding me there. And I'm not making fun of her. She's smart, and I'm not even disagreeing with what she's saying, but I'm like, she scares me. She scares me. Like, I'm not a father, and part of the reason is because I'm like, I might have a Greta Thunberg. And I'm not knocking her. I'm sure she's a wonderful child, but she's also that all the time. Can you imagine that all the time? Just a dad trying to be a dad. Say, oh, good morning, Greta. How'd you sleep? The polar ice caps are melting, Daddy. We'll all drown in seawater by noon. That's great, honey. I got some waffles ready for you. Just sit down and grab a napkin. How was ballet practice, sweetie? You got me non-biodegradable shoes. I'm going to outgrow them in 6 weeks. Thanks, honey. It's a fear that I have. I thought the pandemic was over in March of this year, and I declared it over. I actually said it out loud to people. And I had no jurisdiction, but I saw a lot of people that had no jurisdiction, yelling way worse, so I'm like, it's my turn. But I thought the pandemic was over in March of this year, because I was on a flight coming home from Kansas City, Missouri, doing some shows, and there was a lady who had a whole row to herself across the aisle, which is what we like to call first class in coach. She had the whole row to herself, and she laid down face first into a seat cushion. Yeah, no pillow, no rolled up sweater, just face into a butt pad. And I'm like, yeah, I think the pandemic's over now. That's my reasoning. I think the pandemic's over right there, right as she's doing that. Because I was just thinking 12 months before that, just to go to the grocery store, I was dressed like I was clearing graphite off a rooftop in Chernobyl. I had goggles, I had gloves, I was scared to squeeze an avocado. I was like doing Reiki over them. Like, is this one right? Is that one good? No. Wrong, every time. And then here we are 12 months later, and this lady's just motorboating at Delta Secrets. I'm like, yeah, I think the pandemic's over right there. What was I wrong? We're fine. Yeah. I didn't remember how crazy things got, like, right away. Right away, people punching each other for toilet paper. That was hilarious. I would never fight anyone for toilet paper. I'll fight you for food. If we're out of food, I'll give it. I won't win, but I'll try. I'll put a swing in there, or at least try to entertain you for some. Don't do my one skill, like, chicken wing? I might fight you for food. I'm definitely not fighting you for toilet paper. I couldn't believe that. Toilet paper? Like what? You just no running water at your house? Running water and old shirts. I was fine. Old workout shirts. I don't need. I'm not gonna fight a stranger at a hospital. Went to Texas. That was the last place I toured. We did all four states of Texas, like the big ones. We did San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, and Austin. Those are like the big ones. And I know there's more, but we did those, and it was fun. I like Texas. Right before we went there, they changed all the laws. They're like, abortion, 6 weeks, gun, everybody. That's what we went into, which was interesting. One of the rules they took away, they said no more, you don't have to have a permit anymore to have an open carry gun. Which, my first question was, who is checking for paperwork? Who is that person that would see a guy in public with a gun and go, excuse me, sir? Do you have the proper documentation? I would never do that. If I was somewhere and someone had a gun, I'd be like, obviously I'm in the wrong place. GPS got me askew. But I had a bunch of friends in Texas. They were pumped on a new law, and they posted a little picture with their gun next to their head. And that was the part that bothered me, because I think guns look cool, and they made them look so lame. They made them look so lame, the little shirt tucked in. Just looked like an old man that clips his cell phone on his pillow. What are you gonna call? What are you doing? I'm not against guns, I'm not against open carry, but if I was there, I wouldn't be in my hand like a cell phone. Alright? Walk up to places. What's up? Hey. How's it going? These seats taken? What's the deal? Wait around. It's supposed to be cool, man. I shot a gun before. Last time was in Billings, Montana, which is appropriate. They had a comedy competition out there, and one of the days they took us out for a fun activity, they took us to a gun range. They took 26 of the most irresponsible people to a gun range, and I thought there would be more rules, and there wasn't. There's just one guy in shorts. And he clearly loved these guns more than he loved people. Like, each gun that he described, he's just like, and I'm like, do you want to be alone? He loved these guns. And he was just like, have at him. And I was like, I thought there would be more rules. But there wasn't. I shot a handgun called the Judge, which I never understood the appeal of the gun until I shot one, and I'm like, it feels so good. You just feel it in your bone marrow. You know, ridiculous. And I was like having dreams about it. I'm judge, jury, and execution. Like I was feeling so good. You know? I shot big guns too. They had like AR-15s and AK-47s, which I was really scared to shoot those. Because I grew up on action movies, alright? I grew up on like Sylvester Stallone and Rambo. Remember, he'd always be shirtless, like holding on to those guns. He was ripped. It looked like it took all of his muscles to keep the gun straight. I don't have any of those, alright? I don't know how deceiving the shirt is, but I don't have any of those. I also don't have any baby oil. Like, I wasn't prepared. And I was scared to shoot it. I'm like, I don't think I have equipment to keep it that way. Like, I was scared I was just gonna go, oh no! I think I just won the comedy competition. I've been in a self-help mode. This is a pandemic, and then, you know, you just try to get better as a person, so I started going to therapy. I've been to 3 therapy sessions, and one person wooed. Everyone's like, I don't like that he's opening up this quick. We're 5 minutes into this set. Nobody's talking about your feelings. Feelings? This came from jiu-jitsu. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Feelings? But Yeah, I got signed up for therapy because I'm 34, and I came to the realization that I'm best at expressing myself and talking to people by doing this. This is how I prefer to interact with human beings. By being on stage where I'm elevated, illuminated, amplified, and I want it to be frowned upon if you interrupt me. That's how I want to communicate with humans. And I'm like, I better get this checked out. And I was dead on. There was the problem. I went to therapy. I was scared to go to therapy. I've never gone to therapy. I don't talk about my feelings. That's for in here. That's for in here. Oh, I got a problem. Keep it in there. Don't let it out. You're going to scare people off. If you let out these ideas out here, you're going to scare people off, which is stupid. Because during the pandemic, everyone's let their ideas out, and they've just formed groups. That Capitol riot, that was someone's idea in here. And for his entire life, he's like, I gotta keep this in here. I'm gonna scare people off if I have this idea. And then he yelled it out, and some dude dressed like a yak appeared next to him. And he's like, that's a great idea. And then before I knew it, they had hundreds of thousands of people over there going, get in there. So I was scared. I was scared to release the inner thoughts, you know? So anyway, I started going to therapy, and I was terrified to go to therapy because I didn't know I'm not supposed to talk about my feelings. I'm going to go tell them to a stranger that I'm painting. Like, I don't know, it just felt weird. And the only way I can describe it, if you've never been to therapy, the only way I can describe it, it's like a job interview where you have to be honest. Imagine that. Imagine going on a job interview, but you can't do any of the bullshit answers. You know what I mean? Where you're like, oh, my biggest setback, I care too much. Sometimes I care too much, you know, can't do any of that. Imagine that, going to a job interview and just be like, yeah, I'm just doing this till something better comes along. Anything, yeah, I'll be there 15 minutes every day. And that uniform, yeah, I'll wear that for the first couple of days. But that's going to get lost, definitely. Imagine that, going to a job interview where you have to talk about yourself because you have to be honest, and at the end, you never find out if you get the job. That's what going to therapy is like. It's like going to a job interview where you have to be honest, at the end, they never tell you how you did. You just kind of leave by going, that's it for today. And then I went home, my fiance was like, how did it go? And I'm like, I don't think I got it. I don't think I got that job at all. And for some reason, I got a callback interview next week at the same time. We're going to figure out if I get it on the second one.